So just say we have this function, p of t equals 31 plus 17 sine 2 pi over 7 times t minus 3.25. Now, we'll put it in context of a question. So the amount of pollution in the air in an industrial city increases during the working week when factories are operating and decrease over the weekend. The number of milligrams of population in a cubic meter of air is given by, so that's the function p of t. So when you're doing periodic phenomena, it's very important that you have a graphics calculator, graphing package with you to help you. It makes it so much easier. So just by looking at it and looking at the past work we've done, we can see here is our D. So that's our vertical displacement. Here's our A. That's our amplitude. There's our B, our period. And here's our C, our horizontal translation. So D, vertical translation, A, amplitude, B, period, C, horizontal translation. So let's look at it. So if we're asked to find the minimum level of the population, well, the best thing to do, easiest way to do it, we'll get your graphics calculator and then draw it, type in and find minimum. And you'll get a minimum of 14. Okay? Now, there is another way we can do it. So if we look at the sign, we've got the circle here, our unit circle, we've got 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, A, S, T, C. This is in context of sine, of course. Now, you have to realize if you're dealing with cosine function, like if that was a cosine, it works exactly the same way. But we've got ASTC. Our minimum is here. Sine's minimum is right there, minus 1. So the minimum occurs when sine equals minus 1. And we know that's 3 pi on 2. But in this case, sine theta equals minus 1. So if we were trying to find the minimum, so the P min, that is when sine theta equals minus 1. So that means all of this up here is equal to minus 1. So the minimum is going to equal 31 plus 17 times minus 1, which equals 31 take 17, which equals 14. All right. Now, using technology and a graphing package is the best way to handle periodic phenomena when you're trying to solve questions in test situations. And if you are using technology, you must make sure that you say using technology when doing your answer. So, find at what time of the week this minimum level occurs. Now, the best thing to do is when you're solving and finding the value of the minimum and you're looking at your graphing package, is just to go in, look at your graph. Whenever it occurs, do that, put it in. Now there's obviously here we've got a horizontal translation, so the graph's probably not going to look like what I have drawn, but I'm just giving it to you as just a rough. So when you go in, you go to calculate G-solve, depending on what graphics calculator you have, and you just go minimum, and you there. So that would be 14, would be the Y, and whatever value you get here is the X, and that's the time of the week. And you'll see T equals 1.5 days. Because if you look up here, your period is 7 days. Equals 7 days. Because remember, period is 2 pi over b. So if you were to rearrange that, so that's going to be 2 pi over 2 pi over 7, which becomes 2 pi times 2 pi, 7 over 2 pi, they cancel out. So you can see that the period is 7 days. And you'll see that the minimum occurs at 1.5 days into the week. So that, look, if we're saying it starts on a Sunday, the minimum is on a probably Monday afternoon, which sort of makes sense because from the previous week, the Monday will start getting up higher, higher, higher. No work on the Saturday and the Sunday, so it will drop. And then by Monday, it's at its minimum. Okay, the graphing package, using a graphics calculator is the best way to do it.